What is the most hurtful thing a loved one has ever done to you? My fiancé and I have been together for 3 years and I love him more than anything. I know 3 years isn't that long and I've had longer relationships, but mine with him is definitely the most serious by far, and not just because he proposed. I've never loved anyone more than him, and when I fell for him it was a much stronger and more intense connection than I've ever had for anyone in my life. I'm only 26, so I know I have time to find someone else, but I'm so incredibly heartbroken in ways I didn't even imagine I could break. This is by far the worst pain I've ever felt. I don't know how it happened. This was the healthiest relationship I've ever been in, and I was so excited to get married and have our child. He doesn't even know I'm pregnant because his birthday was soon and I wanted to surprise him. There were none of the usual signs like our relationship declining for the past several months. It was like one day the switch just flipped. I noticed he was first off after we came home from my friend's place after hanging out. He seemed distant, but I just chalked it up to him being tired, but then he continued to be a little distant. I know his boss has been on him lately about a work project. He's an engineer and I thought he was just stressed about it. These past 2 weeks we haven't been having intimacy either, but that's not out of the normal because when he's really stressed, either with family stuff or work, he isn't usually in the mood. I went out of town to visit my sister. Originally the plan was for him to go with me, but he told me he really needed the weekend to work on his project, which I didn't find suspicious at all. He knew what day and what time I would be coming home. Yet when I got into our home the kitchen hadn't been cleaned from what was obviously a romantic dinner, and when I got to the bedroom the sheets were a mess and a woman's lingerie was on the floor by the door. And his pants and shoes were in the hallway, very obviously hastily taken off on the way to our shared bedroom, our shared bed, our shared everything, and our sacred place. It just seemed so careless. He knew what I would see and didn't even bother to clean up. Did he really think I'd stay? Did he really think I just wouldn't care? He's not picking up my calls, and when I texted him I realized he'd blocked me. If he was into someone else, why didn't he just say that? Why would he let me find out in the most hurtful way in the world? Even worse, I know who the girl is because she left her jewelry, and it's someone who I was insecure about when our relationship first started, but that I got over the longer we were together. I don't know what to do. I had to get out of our home and just cry on my front lawn. I was too mortified to call anyone close to me, and I had a million thoughts running through my mind. What am I going to do with the baby? I can't even imagine trying to co-parent with him after a betrayal like this. Why did he do this? What changed? Did he get bored of me? Why wasn't I enough? Which of our mutual friends will choose him? Does this mean I can't be friends with his sister anymore? Just so many questions with zero explanations. I can't even put into words how soul-damaged, emotionally crushed, and absolutely wrecked I was. Eventually, I ended up calling my therapist. I stayed with my best friend, just for a few days until I could get a flight to where my parents lived. I am keeping the baby. Where I live I'm too far along to get an abortion. The time span to get one is really short. I'm currently 2 months, and I haven't started showing. My ex-fiancé didn't notice because the birth control I take makes me not have a period. But if I'm being completely transparent, I probably would have kept this pregnancy anyway. I took pictures of the house and I'm meeting a lawyer later this week. I called his sister and I have no idea what he told them about